Hi everyone. So today I have a Diwali card making tutorial for you all, and the inspiration for this card comes from this Diwali die which is newly launched by Craft Angles. It's called Layered Diya, and I start off with a A2 card base. So my card base is Craft Angles dual textured white, and now I was deciding to do some stenciling on top of it, and I decided to use one of my favorite mandalas of all the mandalas stenciled by Craft Angles, that is round lace stencil. And here is when I decided to do some gold stenciling on top of it, and I wanted to go for a classic combo which is gold and red. It is perfect ethnic combo, and I thought it will look beautiful for a Diwali card. So I'm using this gold texture paste. Now this is another newly launched product by Craft Angles, and over here you may think that it looks beige. However, once it dries it will be completely golden. Due to the nature of gel right now, it looks opaque and white in color. However, once it starts drying it will become transparent. So while applying the paste, you will see that I don't do a lot of scraping. I'm leaving enough paste on the top of stencil as well, so that you don't see those stencil design through the gold paste. Now that is a trick if you want to do a raised stencil effect like how I did for my card. So you will have to use quite a good amount of texture paste, and to get that heavy texture you need to make sure that you don't do a lot of scraping and you leave a good amount of thick texture paste layer through the stencil, and it will give you that beautiful stenciling but with that raised stencil effect. So the layer of texture paste will be quite thick. Now how thick the layer etc. you will see in the detailed photos later on at the end of the video. Now here you can see how perfect the stenciling has come through the golden texture paste, and it was fairly easy to apply, just like hung curd. So it has quite a thick consistency. However, it is very creamy, so easy to apply. Now just for the sake of video I am using heating tool to dry my paste. However, if you are doing it at home where you don't have to shoot, you can definitely let this air dry. Now while heating, normally gels do react with heat, so you need to make sure that when you are drying, don't concentrate heat in one area. Keep on moving your heat tool like how I am doing so, or else you will find that in some area the paste starts bubbling. That happens with most of the brand. That is the property of the acrylic, which is the base of the texture pastes. So make sure that you don't concentrate heat in one area. Now here you can see that my card base is ready. The top layer of the paste has dried fairly. Now here I was trying to use the same layered Dia die cut which was already cut out. However, you can see that the craft base and the gold base were kind of meshing together because they are from a similar color family. So just to create more visual interest and more contrast, what I did was I decided to cut the base layer of the layered Dia die using some vellum paper, which is translucent in nature. So that will give me a good shadow or base for my Dia. And on top of it, I will add that layered Dia die in the red cardstock itself. So that will give me more of a contrast and pop of colors, and will make the red and gold shine even further, that combination. So here I'm just die cutting the base through vellum. Again, whatever products that I talk about in my video, the link of all those products will be below for you all in the description of the YouTube video. So here you can see me assembling the layered Dia die cut, and I'm just using some Fevicol to stick the red cardstock or the intricate layered Dia die design on the top of the base Dia, and then I'll stick this on top of my card using some blue foam tape. One tip for you all while using texture paste, on things like a glass media mat or make art station like how I am doing, make sure that you put a paper below it, because these things do stick to metal and glass, and if you let it dry it will stick to all those base, and then you'll have to scrape it out, which is a bit tedious task personally for me, and it may take away all those grid markings etc. So to avoid that, I normally take a paper and I reuse that paper again and again, so there is no wastage. But bottom line, don't directly do texture paste stenciling on top of your glass media mat or veggie make art station. Now here I was just trying out different sentiments and seeing what suits on my card. So I had some cutouts that I first tried, however I did not like it. I thought it would look nice to have a white again repeated in the card. So if you remember my previous cards, I talked about how you can repeat your color multiple times in the card, so that actually creates a visual interest in your card, so that you have one color being used multiple times throughout the design of your card. So over here my white is being repeated because of this embossed sentiment that I created, and my red strip is also repeated because the red sentiment strip and the die cut is both the red color. And gold, fairly, even though I have used it once, it's the fairly big part of the card, so it will create a visual balance itself. So this is how the card idea came up with. Again, as you could have seen throughout the card making idea, that I just started with a basic idea and then I finessed it as and when I started doing it. So that is how I like to do it. So once you have those basic concepts in mind, it is very easy to go and further design your card. So now I'm just adding some blue foam tape. However, the foam tape could be seen through the die cut because we are using vellum rather than a cardstock, and vellum is translucent in nature. So I am cutting out thin strips of blue foam tape and adding it in such a way that they are hidden behind the red cardstock and they cannot be seen on the final card. Again, this was a very quick card. It literally took me 10 minutes to complete the card and can be easily mass produced. However, the impact of this card is amazing. Trust me, in real life, the shine, the raised stencil effect is perfect for your Diwali projects. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it gave you some ideas on how you can make your own Diwali cards. So that was the card for today. I leave you with some close-ups of this card, and as always, if you like my videos, do like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Till then, take care. Bye bye.